Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yusrael and welcome once again to the Tribble Timewarp. It is the 24th of October 2013 and I am picking up more or less where I left off with the Federation tutorial. We're at the end of Communications Breakdown, and to quickly recap, having been escorted by the Renown to the Pollux system to investigate why the USS Kittimer wasn't responding to hails, we made the horrifying discovery of a Borg transwarp gate and a new Borg invasion. Now, there are a couple of issues here that I need to quickly note. One may be a work in progress. The Renown was changed during the Klingon ambush scenario to be a Sovereign class. In Communication Breakdown, it is still a Typhoon class. The other is that the game can't seem to decide what rank you are at that point. Volok refers to you as a cadet, Captain Yim refers to you as an ensign, and the game thinks you are a lieutenant. So that may need to be quietly tidied up in the dialogue for the next build. In addition, if you hail Volok to turn in Communication Breakdown and pick up upgraded deflectors, torpedoes, your first science console, and of course Tavrel is your bridge officer, he refers to you holding off the Borg here in Vega. You're actually in the Pollux system at this point. You're heading to Vega to warn the colony. Of course, since the Borg have a head start, it's not going to end well at all. Which is where we're heading next. Tavrel gets the standard uniform, not her cadet uniform, which kinda makes sense given that she's being field commissioned up as an ensign. However, for the moment, that is a minor detail. Let's get moving. Assimilation of the innocent. Dire warning, go to the Vega system. Those of you who remember the old tutorial will of course remember that this is where it pretty much kicked off the away mission portion. We had to get to the Vega colony and interrupt a Borg attack. Of course, on this occasion it's a little different. We are too late, there's no question about that. We're also the only ship in attendance. Alright. Let's get going. More than a dozen of its people to Starfleet Academy each year. Aside from commenting about Starfleet Academy's officer intake, I suspect that may not be happening for very much longer. Unless they're going to do an intake of liberated Borg. Hey, you never know. It can happen. Meanwhile, loading screen. Alright then, welcome to the Vega system, or more likely what's left of it. We arrived before the Borg. Well, if you've been in cardiac arrest for the last 2 minutes, Floys, you're officially dead. Hail the colonies. Tavrel managed to establish a comlink. You need to run like hell. Oh dear. Well, there's a handy comm satellite. Let's see what we can do. Interestingly, in an earlier build, as I remember it, then you didn't actually do this, you just went straight to a ground section, and the colony was basically halfway assimilated by the time you got here. The spheres had had a head start. A Miranda class, of course, does approximately warp 5 point nada, and spheres, well, they're a little bit faster than that. Anyhow, this time around it's different, so let's see what happens. Fire off the satellite. Still blocked. I thought you said we got here first. Also, Tavrel is still in her cadet uniform here. Of course, in her bridge officer incarnation, she is coming up. Also, different hairstyle. Minor continuity glitch there. Zava, can we lock them? Not safe doing that. And wait a minute. We got here at warp 5, and we got here before they did at transwarp? Okay, I'm not knocking it, but to be honest, that doesn't make too much sense. Right, I suppose we better help this first freighter. Escort probes, assimilation probes. Right, we'll take out the assimilator first. Hi there! Resistance is most definitely not futile. One. Come on. Oh yeah, we have tachyon beam. Probably should be mentioning that in the tutorial and how to use it. Anyhow, hard over. There we go. Go for control 1. Remember, I don't have evasive maneuvers yet. Habit is a horrible, horrible thing. There we go. Torpedo. Boom. Alright. Who's next? Escort probe at 13.1. Wind the range down. Just squirt full impulse a little to get into range. And open fire. To borrow the line, assimilate that, you cyborg monsters. Right. And here we go, final one. Torpedo there, boom, and boom. Right, so the freighters are already more or less clean. Let's see how bad things are on the colony. Right. Heh. Welp. Okay. We're the only Starfleet vessel. We are not running back through now. Volok's probably been assimilated by now anyway. We'll rescue as many as we can. Right, what next, I wonder? Civilian ship. Well, that's brave, but doomed. Well, what do you... Send your message. What do you intend to say to them? Oh, right, okay, fair enough. You know what? We've only got 2 pop guns and a torpedo tube. I will take that. I'll blast it. Flores, I could have used some more guns. Come on. Why were you made tactical officer? That's nice, thank you. That's only left us facing 3 Borg probes on our own. And I thought I was suicidally overconfident. There we go. Now it's down to 2. Luckily this is a tutorial, so it's relatively forgiving. And whoever sent those probes down decided apparently to assimilate tin foil before they made them. Torpedo lined up, and there we go. Right. Well, I still think those turrets would have been better, but apparently the tactical officer decided to show some initiative. The Borg have landed. They were quick about that, weren't they? What's that out in left field? Not now.
Choose your away team for your next mission. Your choices for who will be on your away team will grow as you recruit more bridge officers.
And now that I'm bothering to look at the planet, that's an awful lot of Borg spheres in the background, and I think they are just background details. Let's actually see if we can head over and start knocking off a few spheres. This could be a horrible, horrible idea. Or I could be about to discover that the world is hollow and I have touched the sky. Nope, no, they're just scenery. And happily I haven't... I forget, which insane computer was it in that episode? There were so many of them. Right, let's head down to Vega. This is where I broke the mission last time. The game managed to put 2 people into a single player instance. Of course, the first person through completed it. The second person through, me, found it uncompletable, and after a relog got stuck on the wrong side of a gate when it reset. Hopefully that won't happen this time around, and it won't happen on holodeck either. It was a fairly unique set of circumstances. In the meantime, loading screen again. And welcome to the revamped Vega. Over half the planet! They only got here about 3 minutes ago. Blimey, they're quick. Right, let's roll. Should probably have brought Flores along to round things out, since we don't have a kit yet. On the other hand, heals are good. Let's get moving. I'm assuming we are. Okay, right, so that's what that is. I initially thought that was an orbital barrage of some kind. Hi, yeah, we'll just beam you up. We did tell your administrator to run 2 minutes ago, but we were kind of a little late. Sorry about that. Right, let's get moving. Where's the next group? Looks like they're over here, and with some Borg drones following them behind. I believe the expression is run away, boldly run away. Hi there, yes, good. You're happy to see me. I get it. Now kindly open this gate. Right. You sent a distress signal? You have some armor? Excellent. Right, well, let's grab the body armor. Doop-doop-doo. 2 sets. That's only Starfleet standard it.
Press the U key to view your status or the status of your ship and bridge officers.
What were you lot doing with Starfleet issue body armor? Ugh. Anyhow, let's just quickly upgrade all of this while we're here. Something that probably should have been mentioned after finishing off communication breakdown, given that I completely forgotten I was paying attention. A newbie would probably miss the fact they had this enhanced gear anyway. So that's that upgraded, and what is this? Split beam Mark 1. Well, I'll go with that if you don't mind, and Tavrel can have the sniper rifle. Armor for there. Okay, that's interesting. It's not displaying over her uniform. Now, if that's a standard uniform... Yes, thank you. Pop that on, and we are good. Armor should have overwritten that uniform on display. Anyway. Whoops. Let's open the gate. Nice reuse of a standard asset there. And get moving. Yes, we are, right. Okay, that turbo assimilation of theirs is quick. Right, we need to get moving. There we go. Can we save any of them? 1. What do you mean, finally? Honestly, talk about complaining about rescues you don't like. I mean, we could have waited. I mean, another 30 seconds, you would have been Borg. But, yes. I'll pass on that if you don't mind. Interestingly, we don't seem to have an assimilation or other adaptation mechanic going on here. That's probably for the best, since we don't have remodulators, or for that matter, different weapon types available, so that's going to be a deliberate game balance thing. After all, it would be awkward if you got assimilated on your first day on the job. On the other hand, it would be interesting to see if they make a plot point of it, say, hang on, don't the Borg adapt to weapons fire when you use it like this? We'll see what's going on. Okay, that's them done. Still aside now. They've been assimilated. And we all know it. Blimey, the Borg moved fast with this. Okay. Plank and go. There we are. Well, don't just stand there, woman. Shoot someone. Also, we have another red shirt. Hi there. If you make it to the end of the episode in one piece, I might even find some other way for you to get yourself killed. Oh, shut up. Can't you tell the difference between a Borg and a... Oh, never mind. Okay, and now I'm a lieutenant. Alright, we're the only ones here. Sorry about that. Okay. How did she know we were attacking? Oh, who cares? Right, we think a pattern enhancer. Okay. Oh, right, so we're basically looting Starbase 65. Fair enough. We'll just make our apologies to the relevant admiral later. Another energy dampening armor suit, figures, and a medical tribal. So that's where you get your kit.
Open your inventory, default key I, and double-click it to equip it. With a kit
Those shouldn't...
abilities are added to your action bar that you can perform in ground combat.
Yes, thank you. Can I speak now? Perfect. Right, those should not have been playing at the same time. They should probably have been a 1 of 2 and 2 of 2 tweak. In the meantime, we have a medical tricorder. Well, come on, Anton, let's go get you killed. Thank you, I know. Set up the pattern enhancers. Hi guys. Wonderful, right. Well, let's go talk to the administrator. The other ships will, of course, turn up at the worst possible moment. Great. That gate's about to open, isn't it? Clearly this is the emergency super secret signal. Right. Yeah, you don't say. Luckily, the Borg still are acting as though they're on overtime. It's a good thing these guys don't ever hurry. Yeah, mum. Any more for any more? Keep it going. What was that bang? Nothing major yet, thankfully. Right, still not dead, Colette. There might be hope for you yet. Alright, whoop. And whoop. Okay, right, how are we doing? Another wave coming in. 90% done. Okay. Just pour the fire on. Excellent. The civilians are out, and we're waiting for the red alert to end, which means wiping out all these drones. Phaser, 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 phaser. Timing on that could perhaps be tightened up a little, but that's nitpicking. Right, red alert should wear off in a second, and then we're waiting for a hail from the ship. Interesting that that's an interact and not an automatic pop-up. Oh, Tribble, what are you doing on the... okay, that should be whichever bridge officer you haven't got with you, because of course Tribble's down here. Also, instant haircut again. Nice touch that it's animated, though. Also nice touch that there is damage in the background there. Right. Okay. I'm not finished yet. Right then. Well, I suspect, yeah, you're going to see friends who've been assimilated. No one expects the Borg. Their chief weapons are, after all, surprise, assimilation, and a pair of metal tubes to the neck. Comfy chairs, very definitely not an option. Hi guys! Wow, where did he get a plasma bolt from? There we go. Alright, let's go. One last gasp indeed. For the record, that's the gate I was stuck on the wrong side of. Those newbie drones don't go hostile until you open the gate. It's completely scripted. They'll just stand there and... Well, I hope you got your winnings, mate, because you're not getting them now. Of course, if you lost to him, well, it's your lucky day. Alright, keep moving. Let me guess, your last bar fight? Oh, come on. Don't get hooked up on the geometry. No, that one? No? Right, fine, let's move. Best just get all the emotional trauma out of the way. I mean, you're wearing red for heaven's sake. You'll live about a week on board anyway. Ooh, an assimilated Jem'Hadar. Can't we just go for orbital bombardment? I mean, it's got to be a target a good mile across. I'd be inclined to go with all three, to be honest. I would also add horribly complacent into the list. One of these days they'll assimilate the ability to run and then we really will be in trouble. Right, locals are down. Let's figure out how to disable this field. Handy interact option.
We are the Borg. Resistance is futile.
Well, let's shoot the object and see what happens. Very little. Right. Hello, 101. Ha 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 ha. Nice reference. Here's, after all, basically the tutorial for the Borg. There we go. Fall over. Thank you. And then mop up with the tactical drones. There we go. Right, well, at least this is correct based on context. We won't beam out immediately. We'll loot up first. Small power cell. And a medium shield charger. Okay, that's not too shabby. Right, beam out. Let's get out of here. I have to wonder if it didn't tell you about shooter mode in that case, because I already had it activated, but that implies more sensitivity in the scripting than I've seen out of this game in most occasions. So again, missed opportunities there to add a few more advanced concepts into the tutorial. On the other hand, that was a great deal cooler than the old Vega version. On the other hand, the old Vega version handled multiple players. So, swings and roundabouts. There's always going to be an inherent conflict, I suppose, between being able to tightly script and tell a story and having multiple non-predictable human entities running around a single map and completing any objective they like. Right, more loading screen. Right, okay, so we are at evacuation capacity. Vega to send an automated warning. Okay, so basically we are legging it and setting up a comms racer. Nice touch that they have changed the model of the planet. Oh wow, the Borg really weren't hanging about, were they? Okay, how long has that been? 15 minutes? 20? And they've assimilated a good third of the surface. I thought we were leaving rapidly as... Anyway, right, so boarding parties. This might have been a good option, given that they popped that immediately to tell the player what this flashing red meant and how to counter it. Of course, at the moment we don't have tactical team available, so there is no counter. Excuse me. Keep the weapons fire going. High yield on there, and we're going to lose it. There we go, that's the boarding party gone. Given that the AI is probably going to always deploy that, I would have to suggest that that would be a good moment to introduce the UI elements and effects of boarding party. Again, missed opportunity. High yield at point blank, there we go. Taking a bit of damage on that occasion, so let's roll again. Could we introduce engineering and hull repair at this point? Just a thought. However, onto the second beacon. I have to wonder at what point an assimilated USS Renown is going to show up. Mostly on the grounds that this is Star Trek, and if you don't see the body, they are dead. Of course, with some of the later episodes, even if you did see the body, they weren't dead anyway, or at least it wasn't going to stick. Right, transponder number 2. There we go. Oh, a Borg sphere. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Usual drill. Yes, 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 yes. Have a photon torpedo. Hey, have 2. Flores, please shoot straight. Flores? I said shoot straight. Anyway, shields to reinforce, tachyon beam out, just to drain off the shields. Yay! She finally figured out what the little red button was for. And good night. Let's just assume they're not friendlies. What do you mean you can't tell the difference between a Federation warp field and a Borg one? Anyhow, off to the last beacon. This is either going to be a cavalry rescue, or it's going to be what's left of the renowned Echidna, and...
Prepare to be boarded.
oh. Well, hey, the cavalry is here. I make that 2 sovereigns. More than 1... oh, wow. We are so very, very dead. Okay, what do you know? The renowned, the defiant, the Armitage, and the Kidra. Oh, wow. I owe an apology to Captain Volok. He actually got out of this situation in one piece, which is more than we may be about to do. Right. It would be nice at least to get a message from the cavalry at this point, but I'll settle for heavy phaser fire. Well done! Is that all you can say? Right. Okay, so there's no way to keep myself. Are we going to retake Vega? Let me see. We have approximately 24 cubes. Half the planet's surface assimilated, and you're anticipating a planetary assault with 5 ships. Yeah. Anyhow. Alright, looks like we're heading to Earth's space dock along with the Kittimer. So, hit the warp drive. This still needs some effects, clearly. Were you planning to salute, Cadet? Alright. Yes. Alright. Captain Mask P. Taggart, what's left of him? Yes, that's correct. Explain what happened. Not to mention the ship's log from the Centennial itself. Right. Alright, so promotion confirmed, command of the Centennial. Alright. Lost. What's going to happen to Vega? Some task force. There were about 3 ships left. Right. What are your orders?
Click here or press K to bring up your skill points menu.
And there we go. We are back onto the standard profession track. And we are off to deal with the Klingons. So, stranded in space. Having my own ship seems highly irregular, Admiral. It is. Times have changed, however.
Click here
Right, so...
to bring up your skill points menu.
Yes, go
Spend skill
away.
points to improve your space skills.
So, what do I think overall? It's a definite improvement on the old tutorial. I think that's beyond question. It could need some tweaks around the edges, mostly tightening up voice work and, oh, go away. And sorting out a few little continuity glitches like uniforms and the locations of various personnel. Also, assimilation of the innocent should have cleared off my options. Right, so we do get Colette's as a second tactical officer. I thought we might. Maybe the sequence for this needs to be tidied up as well, just merging all the options together. Or saying, actually I have a better idea. Put this at the end of the Vega system scenario, then have him order you back to space dock once you're finished discussing what to do about Vega.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Along with that. Right, we're being held by Starfleet Command. Right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, that perhaps needs to be tidied up a little, so... Anyhow, is the tutorial a little bit slow-paced? Perhaps. There are some concepts, shooter mode, boarding parties, tactical teams and the like, that aren't covered in it and perhaps ought to be or could be. But that is very much minor nitpicking. Either way, that is where I am going to leave this character for a bit. I don't believe there is anything different to the standard campaign track from here on in, although I might be wrong. And I will see you next time. Farewell.